So this is going to be my top 10 favorite episodes of Charmed Season 3. Again, this is going to be in no particular order, so let's get into it. The first episode on this list is Once Upon a Time. In this episode, Prue and Phoebe help a young girl protect a fairy from, I forget what they're, these little goblin things. And to make them believe they have to have the mind of a child. So watching them act like children was really hilarious. I really love that. But then I also really love the scenes with Piper, them trying to get Piper to believe, and Piper's just frustrated because the elders took Leo, and she's just, yes, that scene where Piper talks to them is one of the best scenes in this whole series. Next episode on this list is All Hallows Eve. Not only is this a Halloween episode, this is also a time travel episode because the girls go back to the past and help deliver their great-ish grandmother, Melinda Warren, the woman who started the Halliwell line and the woman who gave them their powers. And not only that, we get some great interactions between Daryl and Leo, and the return of a demon from season 1. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the demon that kidnaps the kids and makes them go blind. But yeah, we get that demon back. The next episode I have is Sight Unseen. I love this episode for so many different reasons, but one of the main reasons is because it's one of the rare occurrences in the show where the villain of the episode is really a human. And it's really sad because this woman wanted to kill Prue and try to take over her life, and it's a really good episode. I think the actress who portrayed Abby, if I remember correctly, that's her name, did a really good job of playing batshit crazy. And Shannon did a really good job in this episode. Shannon does a really good job in every episode. I love Shannon. The next episode on my list is Primrose Impath. This is the episode where Cole is sending signs to Prue to follow to get her to go to this building that's about to be torn down. In this building, there's a man that she doesn't know is a demon that is suffering with powers of being an empath. Prue takes those powers away from him, and she is stuck with them. And with those powers, she's feeling everybody's emotions. And Shannon did an amazing job portraying the person of an empath, because like the emotions that she showed in this episode was really amazing, and I really enjoyed it. So the next episode we have is Power Outage. In this episode, Phoebe and Cole are dating. No, they don't know that he's both of them yet, but Prue still has trust issues against them. Still, she doesn't know if she can trust him or not, if he's, good or evil or whatever. So, but I remember in this episode, the girls fight because Cole's still trying to tear them apart, and they use their powers against each other and they lose them. And I really like the story in this episode because, sometimes sisters do fight, and it's a really good one overall. The next episode on my list is Coyote Piper, and I love this episode because we get to see a different side of Piper. Even though it's not really her, it's still interesting to see. We also get Rainn Wilson in this episode. I didn't know this was him when I first watched the show because I didn't know who he was, but watching it back, it's really fun to see actors that I've known from other shows. And again, this episode is amazing overall. So the next episode we have is Bride and Gloom. I love this episode for so many different reasons. One of the reasons is that we barely ever get to see all three sisters evil at one time. It's usually one sister or whatever, but it's all three of them. It was really fun to watch. I really loved that Piper's powers were a little different, the freezing ones in this episode, because usually, we don't see them as ice. In this episode, it was as ice. It was really interesting to see. And I love that Prue got married first before Piper. The next episode we have is just Harried. Piper and Leo get married in this episode, and Prue gets suspected of murder. It's really good. I really love it. The fact that Prue's astral self is running around in a biker bar and having a relationship while her other self is living or work 9-to-5 witchy life is kind of hilarious, but I love it. So yeah, that's it. The next episode is Death Takes the Halliwell. This episode is really, really emotional. And if you pay close attention to the episodes before this, you do see that Shannon was definitely going to leave the show and that her character was going to die, because there's so many clues that lead up to that, especially in this episode alone. And it's really sad to see that, because we love Shannon. Shannon is queen. And this is a really good episode that definitely makes you rewatch the other ones and notice the small details. The next episode we have is All Hell Breaks Loose. This episode is the saddest show in history of Charmed. Every single time I rewatch this show, this episode always makes me cry. We lose Shannon's character, Prue, in this episode, and we also get a little bit of time travel with the day resetting itself, so they can try to save both or all three sisters. And it's just a really good episode, so emotional. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, follow, all the other good stuff, and please tell me, what is your favorite episodes of season 3?